Hello and welcome. Live from Channels Television's global headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria. You're watching Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwu, and today our focus will be on the southern region. We begin in Bayelsa State, where the state's governor, Senator Doye Diri, has expressed satisfaction with the pace of work on the NEMBE Brass Road project, describing it as one of the most significant infrastructure projects in the state's history. During an inspection tour of the project, the governor said the road, when completed, will improve connectivity, enhance security, stimulate economic activities, and end decades of transportation challenges faced by coastal communities.
The journey to Brass by road is gradually becoming a reality. Governor Doye Diri takes an on-the-spot assessment of the ongoing NEMBE Brass Road project, crossing over by barge to inspect the level of work already completed.
What it means for my government is what it means for the people of Bayelsa State. Being a Bayelsan and one who is a village boy, not a city boy, a village boy who understands the needs and the challenges of the people of the state, we decided to continue and add to what the people themselves desired, what they have been yearning for over the years. And my happiness is that all of these places, there is happiness.
According to the contractor, there's significant progress and more will be achieved in the coming months to meet the deadline.
Basically, we did 67% of the whole contract. Let's say almost 70% of the contract. And our date of completion, as we promised to His Excellency, and is in our program of works to finish in the end of December this year.
The project is expected to reduce travel time between NEMBE and Brass and unlock economic opportunities for communities along the corridor.
You know, it's not easy to construct a road in this terrain. As somebody from this place will know the challenges to pass through, to travel through the creeks to Brass and other connecting communities. But from what the contractor is saying, by December, I think we will drive this road to St. Nicholas, where we'll take 10 minutes to Brass. So we, the NEMBE Brass people, are really happy.
We drove to kilometer 20. We just have 1 kilometer to get to St. Nicholas River. And with what we saw today, it is as good as completed, because in the next 3 months, this bridge here will be completed, and with that I believe that the major, most difficult aspect of the job is done, and it's a mission accomplished.
For communities that have waited for decades, the NEMBE Brass Road access is more than an infrastructure project. It is a symbol of connectivity, development and economic opportunities.
Udomi community in Esa Central Local Government area is witnessing a transformation residents say is unprecedented. From healthcare and education to tourism infrastructure, major development projects are changing the face of the community. Governor Monday Okpebolo was recently in the area to inspect the ongoing projects, many of which residents believe will open a new chapter for the community. Our correspondent Jessica Logboshere reports.
An excited crowd welcomes Governor Monday Okpebolo to Udomi community in Esa Central Local Government area of Edo State, where he's on an inspection tour of several ongoing projects. From one project site to another, the governor and his team assessed the level of work on facilities expected to boost healthcare, education, and economic activities in the area. Among them are a 150-bed Edo Specialist Hospital, hostel accommodation, a school of nursing science, and a Senate building. Also taking shape is the Udomi Holiday Resort Center, a project expected to enhance tourism and create employment opportunities for residents. For many in the community, the projects represent more than infrastructure. a symbol of long-awaited development and inclusion.
With the youth now, since you have something doing, it must be fixed to do something. We, the workers, we are working for different departments. This is the hotel, the hospital, and the barrack, and the university. We have army barrack, we have many things with the youth, they create job for us, so we really thank the governor.
We are now living in a city now. Look at hotel here. He's also building a university there, hospital, including the barrack. Even the primary school, we now have more teachers there. Even the youth, we are doing well.
Residents say the scale of investment in the community is unlike anything they've witnessed in the past, expressing appreciation to the state government for the intervention.
Both the school and everything, we enjoy everything. Our governor will still go. As he go for 4 years, he will still go for 4 + 4 is 8. So with that, everything that governor did for us, we appreciate.
The hospital is going on, university is going on. As well, we have army barracks. We have different things. We have a lot of things going on for now. So, especially, we really appreciate the governor. We appreciate this government. We appreciate everything.
From a community that once felt neglected to one emerging as a development hub, Udomi residents say the projects have renewed their hope for a better future. Jessica Luguse, Channels Television News.
Community leaders in parts of Andoni local government area of Rivers State are seeking clarification over the delay in the completion of a road project that is expected to open up one of the region's largest fishing settlements for investment. The community leaders say the project holds significant potential for boosting the blue economy, improving access and transforming the socio-economic well-being of residents, urging relevant authorities to ensure its completion.
Oyorokoto fishing settlement in Andoni local government area of Rivers State is regarded as one of the largest fishing settlements in West Africa, with great potential to drive the growth of the blue economy. This potential received a boost when Governor Siminalayi Fubara awarded the construction of an access road to the area as an extension of the Unity Road project. With completion date for the project already missed, a delegation from the affected communities visit the contractor in Port Harcourt to ask questions on why the project has been in limbo since January 2026.
Apart from the fact that we need the road project as a project that is given to the people by a government of a state, we are critical stakeholder in River State here. There is no community that produces oil more than Andoni communities. We talk about Andoni communities, you're talking about that stretch of the Atlantic Ocean.
The contractor assures the people that there is no cause for alarm.
The governor himself is most desirous for that project to be completed. He very unhappy about what is even happening. As you're going back, you can tell your community people that that work will be completed by the grace of God, and we will go back to site very soon.
This assurance is a morale booster for the delegation, which in turn appeals to Governor Siminalayi Fubara to accelerate discussions with the contractor.
I'm so glad, and I want to appeal to whoever that is concerned, the relevant agencies that is responsible, Ministry of Works and the company. They should partner themselves together and make sure they complete the work, because we know the value of that road to us.
This is a land project, a project that will also, a blue project that even after when you will leave office, the people of Andoni and that coastal area will be able to remember him for that very project. So we are appealing to the governor of Rivers State and the Ministry of Work that they should do everything in place to see how they can be able to make this project to come to the completion.
The completion of the Ngo-Oyorokoto Atlantic Road project is expected to transform the socio-economic well-being of the people by opening up the coastal community, improving access to markets, boosting fishing activities, and connecting the people to the rest of Rivers State.
The economic impact of the Warri Federal Constituency delineation dispute is deepening as Ijaw women from communities across Delta State intensify their protest by shutting down more key oil and gas facilities in the region and blocking the Igbaramatu waterways. The women, who are demanding the implementation of the INEC ward and polling unit delineation report, have vowed to sustain the action until their demands are met, warning that continued delays could further disrupt oil and gas production in the region.
These women appear to be relentless in their resolve to move from one flow station to another in the creeks of Delta. The oil and gas installation belonging to the NPDC is shut down as hundreds of women move from one flow station to another, forcing the shutdown of operations at several oil facilities. Their anger is a result of the delay in the implementation of the redelineation of wards and polling units in the Warri Federal Constituency, a process already concluded by INEC.
If we not come out to hand, we not go come out for this for you. We need peace. We not go come out for us today. Now that we want to for this Nigeria. Now make us come from our village. So we need peace.
They take their protest to the waterways, blocking movement along the strategic Baramatu and Escravos river channels. Carrying placards, the women form a human barricade across the river, stretching ropes and placing tires on the waterways to prevent vessels from gaining access to the Escravos River and other adjoining channels. The atmosphere is peaceful, yet the women appear resolute as they sing protest songs, dance in their canoes, and repeatedly declare that no vessel will be allowed access until the INEC delineation report is implemented.
We are calling on federal government, state government, and international bodies to beg INEC to do the needful. The Ijaws in Warri Southwest are not minorities. We are majorities, so we are begging INEC to do the needful. This show now opening to many places. Since INEC say not the give us what we want, our word, we not to open this place. And we go get there, anybody who wants to say any business, but anything at all, we go stop them.
The latest action follows the shutdown of several oil and gas facilities, including Olero Creek and Opuama flow stations, as well as other installations affected during earlier demonstrations across Baramatu, Ogbe-Ijo, Egbema, and neighboring Ijo communities. With vessels stranded on the waterways and oil facilities remaining shut, concerns are mounting over the implications for production activities and government revenue if the standoff persists.
Meanwhile, an APC chieftain and Ijaw leader, Mr. Michael Johnny, is appealing to President Bola Tinubu to call INEC to order on the implementation of the final report on the delineation of the Warri Federal Constituency. Mr. Johnny says Ijaw communities will sustain their peaceful protest within their areas until INEC carries out what he described as the right and lawful action by enforcing the report. He stresses that the agitation is solely aimed at achieving justice, equity and fairness through the implementation of the delineation report and not to attack any community, individual or facility.
We all know the Supreme Court is the one that has the final say in all judiciary matters. And Supreme Court has given its final mandate to INEC, and INEC has carried out their field work and submitted their reports. It is something of importance to us that INEC must announce the final result that all of us are waiting for. The Ijaws are not ready to go into war with the securities. The Ijaws are not ready to blow up any pipeline. But we will carry out our peaceful demonstration until INEC will do the right thing by announcing the final results.
You're watching Newsroom series on Channels Television. Right after this break, we'll bring you more stories making rounds within the region. Stay with us. Welcome back. Akwa Ibom State's Governor, Umar Eno, has inaugurated the Akwa Ibom State Electricity Regulatory Commission with a mandate to transform the state's power sector and deliver more reliable electricity to residents. Governor Eno says the commission is expected to play a key role in achieving energy security, attracting investments, and driving economic growth across the state.
As part of efforts to address the persistent challenges of electricity supply in Akwa Ibom State, Governor Umar Eno has inaugurated a 5-member board for the Akwa Ibom State Electricity Regulatory Commission, AKSERC.
Dr. Valerie.
The inauguration marks a major step in the state's electricity sector reform program and reflects the Eno administration's commitment to providing stable power supply for homes, businesses, and industries. AKSERC will serve as a sole regulator of electricity business within the state and will be responsible for overseeing operators, market activities, and services in line with existing electricity laws.
With the inauguration of the Commission today, we are positioning Akwa Ibom State electricity market as a credible and competitive component of the Nigerian electricity supply industry. Our objective is to create a market environment while operators, investors, and licensees are incentivized to deliver reliable, affordable, sustainable electricity while protecting consumers' interests and promoting economic growth.
Responding on behalf of the Commission, the Chairperson and Chief Executive Officer of AKSERC, Mrs. Arit Uya, assures residents that the Commission will carry out its responsibilities with professionalism, accountability, and integrity.
Our immediate priorities will be the successful transitioning of regulatory responsibilities from the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission to ACSEC. And also, just like you mentioned, sir, the establishment of a well-regulated, efficient, and investor-friendly electricity market in Akwa Ibom State. Beyond this transition, we'll focus on building a state electricity market that delivers reliable supply through effective licensing, sound regulations, and strong institutional governance. We are committed to creating a market environment that encourages investment, supports innovation, promotes efficiency, and protects customers, thus ensuring the state's economic growth and improved quality of life for all residents.
A 5-member team is expected to drive the state's electricity transformation agenda and position Akwa Ibom as a competitive player in Nigeria's evolving power sector.
Cross River State's Governor Basio II has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to strengthening partnerships that will unlock the state's economic potential, revive key assets, and attract local and foreign investments. Speaking while receiving the management team of Nigeria Export Processing Zones Authority, NEPSA, led by Dr. Olufemi Ogunyemi, the governor emphasized that collaboration with federal agencies remains crucial to the state's economic transformation agenda.
We are very interested. We would like to participate. Meeting Akwa is actually coming alive. We have an anchor tenant that is actually taking over Team Akwa. It's an American company where you reside and where you're coming from. So the business is quite strict, and they are going to turn it around in a very short time. But that does not stop us from actually attending, because we see it as a subject of honor for you to give us such an invitation opportunity.
I thank you for changing your plans and welcoming us to Calabar. And I remember when we talked in Abuja about Tinapa, you said you expressed your determination and the urgency it needed to resuscitate and get it up and running. And I pledge to support myself and my organization. And I even said, once you give me the nod, I will bring my management team to come and spend some time at the resort to show the world that Tinapa is ready for business.
Persons with disabilities from oil-producing communities across the Niger Delta have called for greater inclusion in the implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA, saying their concerns are often overlooked in community development planning, despite being among those affected by environmental degradation and oil-related activities. The call was made during a two-day capacity building seminar organized in Port Harcourt to equip disability advocates with knowledge of the Petroleum Industry Act and strengthen their advocacy skills. Our correspondent Deborah Miefe-Beresima reports.
For many with disabilities in oil-producing communities, the consequences of environmental pollution extend beyond damaged ecosystems to lost livelihoods, reduced opportunities, and increased vulnerability. Despite provisions within the Petroleum Industry Act designed to improve the welfare of host communities, disability advocates say persons with disabilities are still largely excluded from decision-making processes and community development structures. To bridge this gap, the Center for Citizens with Disabilities is convening a two-day capacity building program in Port Harcourt to deepen participants' understanding of the Petroleum Industry Act, disability rights, advocacy strategies, and effective stakeholders' engagement. Organizers say findings from community needs assessments consistently shows that persons with disabilities are often absent from consultations where critical development decisions are made.
The PIA Act, which is being implemented by different stakeholders, in particular the silos and host communities, are implemented at the exclusion of disabilities. The Act makes specific provisions for host community trusts, for host community board of trustees, for host community advisory council, host community needs assessment activities.
Participants also draw attention to the disproportionate impact of oil pollution on persons with disabilities, stressing that environmental degradation further compounds existing social and economic challenges.
So for the next 2 days, what we have been doing is go through the different learning processes of what disability rights are, who a person with disability is, what the PIA Act overview, that's the overview of the PIA Act, as well as different skills like advocacy, disability inclusive advocacy, and risk assessment when it comes to advocacy.
Beyond concerns over environmental justice and inclusion in host community development, stakeholders renew calls for the passage of a right-based disability law and the establishment of an autonomous disability commission in Rivers State to strengthen protection against discrimination and guarantee equal opportunities. Deborah Miefe-Beresima, Channels Television News.
Civil society organizations in Rivers State have rallied behind the hydrocarbon pollution remediation project, dismissing dissenting voices against the Ogoni cleanup as a sponsored smear campaign. Speaking in Port Harcourt, 9 CSOs passed the vote of confidence on HYPREP and its coordinator, Professor Nenebari Zabe, urging him to continue with the Ogoni cleanup and ignore naysayers. Executive Director of Rainbow Watch, Michael Barale, said while HYPREP may not have fully achieved its mandate, the scale of the damage to the Ogoni environment makes full remediation within 3 years unrealistic.
Our intentions are to dissociate ourselves from the faceless group and its campaign of calumny and urge the public to discountenance their meaningless claim. To encourage Zabe to remain focused and refuse to be distracted by any distractors. To correct the wrong impression that HYPREP under Zabe is a failure. No doubt HYPREP may have fully achieved its mandate, but given the extent of the damage to the Ogoni environment, the recovery of the environment cannot realistically be fully achieved within 3 years. The UNEP report, which recommendation HYPREP is implementing, even stated that it will take up to over 20 years for remediation and cleanup to be completed.
The Obong of Calabar, His Eminence Edidem Ekpo Okon Abasi Otu V, has commended former head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Winifred Oyo Ita, on her retirement from the Federal Civil Service. The Obong made the commendation during a courtesy visit of the former head of service and her entourage to the Obongan Council at the Obong's Palace in Calabar.
After over 33 years of service to our great nation, I want to say it is a rare privilege coming from this part of the country and going through all the hurdles to reach the pinnacle of the civil service. I could not have achieved this without the support of all my fathers here, head with the leadership of Amasi. I am here this afternoon with some of my sisters here to acknowledge that the Efik kingdom is a great kingdom. And our people of honor, men and women of honor.
And that's where we drop the anchor on this edition.